It's Mary Beth with sacredgrowth.com. And today, let's see, I have Bunny. She will be here for as long as she chooses because she is a cat. And cats decide what they want to do and when and where and how. So I'm doing part two of my chapter four for those of you who are reading it of Peace and Passing, Comfort for Loving Humans During Animal Transitions. Bestseller, yay. I'm practicing saying that because it's just amazing to me. And I'm hoping that will get out and it will get out and you will share it with more people as I tell you more about the book. Okay, so chapter 4 is called Finding a Spiritual Approach to Losing Our Animals. And um, when I say spiritual, I learned something really good when I got sober. And they said, um, a guy I knew said if you need to find a higher power and you don't believe in all that stuff, he says, this darn doorknob could be your higher power, or the group could be your higher power. So all I'm saying is, whatever your approach works. I'm not here to tell you anything about that or go into specifics. But I do think connecting to something beyond, and that's the spiritual approach, helps us to survive losing somebody we love so much. Okay? All right. So um, last time we talked about clearing out our baggage and starting to reconcile yourself to losing someone you love and stop being the fixer. This time, I'll start with practice non-judgment and compassion. Okay. Truth talk again. When our animals start to deteriorate, we are taken aback. Intellectually, we knew this time would come, right? But now, no, it's too early. And if you tell yourself the truth, you find it annoying at times. We've got a life that works. They have their roles, and we have ours. Not to mention how worried we become at our animal's age, as our animals age. Here are some of the questions I've experienced as my animals age. I bet you have your own. Why aren't they peeing and pooping where they know they should? Why are they peeing and pooping where they know they should not? What's going on there? She used to love walks. Now we walk so slow, I'm not sure we should call it a walk. A creep? A sniff fest? I don't know. I don't think they can hear me. I'm not sure they're seeing well so well anymore. What's that lump and why is it getting bigger? Why are they limping? He's so cranky lately. Could he be in pain? She won't eat anything unless I hand feed her. Uh, so, those are the signs probably that something's going on. They're getting older and their bodies are reflecting that. Okay, back to reading. And then we begin to wonder if we should take our animals to the veterinarian. I tend to wait and hope. Hope it just goes away on its own because I don't want to hear bad news. Most of us get them to the vet sooner or later. I know I do. I just have that wait and see. That's because we love them. You may have another way of coping with this deterioration rather than the wait and see. Let's hope you do. Please work to see yourself and your animals with non-judgment and compassion at this time. You're both having a hard time coping with this new reality. Be gentle, take a breath, and remember the love you have for them. And appreciate that you are opening the door to a reality that you don't want. But because you love them, you will. Take time to manage your own energy and state of mind. By managing your own energy, you should re-experience your love for them at this moment. Grab a memory of what makes them so special to you. If it's not right now, go back and think about it. This is me adding little footnotes to the book. Dig into your desire to serve them as long as they're with you. Forgive yourself for losing your patience or being afraid of doing the next right thing for them. Figure out ways to live with this new reality. Okay? So I find this funny, if you can imagine them saying this to you. Remember, they're not dead yet. I wrote a blog that was, "Hey, human, I'm not dead yet," as my lovely dog Stella's physical abilities started declining. It's a reminder to me to stay in the now. Stop projecting to where things are going to get worse. They likely will decline, but focusing on future bad outcomes tends to ruin any current happy moments you can still have with your animals. With that, so this is an aside again. We're going to go there. Please just don't stay there. Come back to with them where they are in the now. I'm Not Dead Yet is one of my favorite scenes from the movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That's where I got that from. Now, the film was set during the Black Plague in England. It's the kind of grim humor I love to snicker at, although it's definitely not the lesson in compassionate human behavior we're looking for. It's just, I love to use that phrase in a different way. So, I'm not dead yet is a great phrase to remember when our animals get older. I hear some version of this sentiment when I have sessions with many animals who are getting older. Almost always, they address the sadness their human has about their loss of abilities. Okay. All right, so here's one who's Joe. This is Sarah B's horse. There's Joe. Okay. Sarah was concerned about her horse Joe's low energy. We talked about what was bumming Joe out and how Sarah could help. Part of what was bumming Joe out was Sarah's sadness over his decline. Afterwards, Sarah emailed me to say, "After our talk in February with my 30-year-old horse Joe, he certainly did perk up. Our agreements, our discussion worked. He shares more supportive energy as long as I bring happier energy." I'm going to say that again. He shares more supportive energy as long as I bring happier energy. As the weather has warmed up, we've been playing more often. Joe even started jumping while we were playing on the ground. Imagine that. A half-blind horse with some mobility limitations enjoying jumping. After he showed me that he likes bareback, we've been doing bareback rides once or twice a week for the last 2 weeks. He even cantered last Saturday. Today we were riding the pasture and found a bunch of groundhog holes and had to move spaces where the horses were living. Joe helped me move everyone in and work the gate just like the old days. Thank you for helping us make sure that we are both getting what we need and assure me that Joe is still just as fun and spunky as ever. Okay. So that's Joe. Joe did pass on, but to have that extra time with him happy, that's got to be so good, right? Okay, so now I'm going to talk about my little dog Stella, who's still here. That's Joe. This is Stella. Okay, and here's the book. All right, so here's my story with Stella. As she grew older, Stella's hearing and eyesight had diminished significantly, and I'm reading through the book. At one point, we thought Stella had lost her spark. The veterinarian checked her out and reported nothing had worsened, which was good news. We adjusted the CBD oil for joint pain, and our holistic veterinarian prescribed herbal medicines to help her sparkiness return. Yes, I just invented a word, and I'm proud of it. We, as our human companions, had to adjust our attitudes to help reignite Stella's sparkiness. We worked to exude the Stella's not dead yet attitude. With our change in attitude, we adjusted our behaviors, including how we talked to her. Here's what happened, and I'm going to give you an update that's not in the book. I noticed Stella would walk much faster off leash, but then she got lost. So I found some narrow, safe paths at two local parks where she could trot behind Tibor, my other dog, and me. Her open grin when walking off leash made my day. I still had to check on her, but we figured out how to make it fun for all of us. So here's another one. She loves snuggling on the bed with us just before the lights went out, but she couldn't jump up and wouldn't use the ramp or stairs. She stopped trying to come up. To remedy this, I called excitedly, Stella, do you want to come up on the bed? If she wanted to come up, she'd put her front paws on the bed, clearly saying, yes, yes, I would. Lift me up, please. And she began spending more time on the bed with us. Another one. My husband and I reached out to touch her and talk to her more often. We invited her to join us wherever we were hanging out because basically she was losing almost all of her sight and hearing. So other kinds of physical touch were really important to this girl. And then my dog Tibor just still liked to walk. So this is the adjustment stuff. Tibor and I took sneaky walks without Stella so he and I could still get a good walk in. Finally, we told Stella how happy and blessed we were to still have her in our life. We shared with her what joy her personality brought to her family. I don't know how long Stella would be with us, and that's not my specialty. But I feel good about how we're working through this life. Now, she slowed. I'm just going to show how I still have to adjust my attitude. She slowed down tons and really was losing her sparkiness, and we thought it was the end. And so we were about to give up, and then I got an insight that said, no, we've got to get back to engaging her. So now my husband brings her out to this plot of land that we rented in Fairfax County where you can grow your own stuff. And she goes out with Farmer Charlie and hangs out and oversees his work. And we've taken her, we've actually walked with her and allowed her to walk by herself, but we're right with her. And we make a special effort, though, even though she can't walk, to get her to the people she loves so she can have that little love fest she has with people. And her sparkiness is there again. It's not huge, but we can see how she's enjoying herself. So I am still open to adjusting my attitude. What else do I need to do while my dog is interested in sticking around? So that's it. I've got more from chapter 4, but this is as much as I want to share with you and from my book, and would love to hear any comments and thoughts or questions. I'll take a look back and see if you have anything. And what else? I just want the best for you and your animals, and I want for me and I want for you. I want us to enjoy their lives as much as we can as they grow older. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you again. Bye. Oh, Bunny says bye.